Steve is overstimulating himself playing video games with his friends. But in the game chat, one of his friends said he had bitch tits. No, I don't have bitch tits. I have muscular pecs. He takes off his headset and looks in the mirror. Oh no, it can't be. What is this breast tissue I'm growing? It's probably a sign of high testosterone. No need to look it up. Coping, lying to himself because he knows what truth will occur if he searches up gyno. In case you don't know what I'm talking about, 56% of young men have gynecomastia. And if you don't know what gynecomastia is, it's basically excess breast tissue under your nipple. It occurs when men have a lot of estrogen than they should compared to their testosterone. Because as a man, your testosterone is meant to be a lot higher than your estrogen. So this basically means hormonally you're Obviously it doesn't mean every guy with gyno is it was a joke. I have gyno myself. I'm only saying this to like 5 to 10% of people who are watching this who can't take a joke. To you 5 to 10%, I suggest you just click off my video. A matter of fact, click off, unsubscribe if you are subscribed, dislike, and get the fuck off my channel. Why are you even here if you're gonna get offended? Anyways, going to point number 1 of physical signs of low testosterone, which is gynecomastia. Now, you're probably thinking, well, you said hormonally you're if you have gyno, but I have gyno. So that means I have a lot of estrogen, right? That is not correct. So when gyno develops, it does not go unless you have surgery. So let's say when you were 12 years old, you're now 16, 17. When you were 12, you were fat, you were eating disgusting diets, you were not sleeping, you were not exercising, and you develop gyno, some little mass under your nipple. You're now 17, you could have 2 billion nanograms of testosterone, and you will still have that gyno. So that's exactly what happened to me. I just turned 15 recently, and I got gyno when I was about 12, 13. Okay, there's good news and bad news to this, and the good news is exactly what I said. Just because you have gyno doesn't mean you have high estrogen and low testosterone right now. It just means at some point in your life as a teenager, you had really high estrogen compared to your testosterone, which can also mean you have it now unless you change the habits. And the bad news is that shit is staying there forever unless you're gonna spend your money on a surgery. Gynecomastia rate is so common nowadays. It's at 56%, and I actually think it's more, and it's going to be going up so quickly and so much in the next few years. Watch, in 5 years it's going to be 60%, and then after 10 years it's going to be 65%, and then it's going to go 70%, then 80%, then 90%, and then eventually everyone will have gyno, except the people that actually know about these hormones. They don't want to have bitch tits. They eat healthy, they sleep good, they exercise. Then people will not have gyno. So like 1% of people. After 100 years, only 1% of people won't have gyno. And this is mainly because of the modern diet. It's not because of sleep or exercise or endocrine disruptors, which do matter. But the most important is the diet. Because nowadays, I don't know why teenagers and kids seem to like love eating like crisps and chocolate. And the thing is, if you eat a McDonald's, it's bad for you, but at least you got like something in it. Even though I know it's horrible, it has seed oils, it has all of that bullshit. But when you eat crisps or chocolate or something like that, there's actually nothing in there other than just sugar, seed oils, and calories. And everyone seems to be eating that shit nowadays. Plus, a lot of teenagers are drinking energy drinks like the Lucozade, bullshit, Boost. Those are all horrible for your health and will make you get gyno. Alright, that was number 1. Number 2 is you can't burn fat and build muscle. Now, this is common sense. Testosterone was made for us to mate. It was not made for muscle. This is a common misconception. And back in the day, and what would give you an advantage for finding a partner? Having more muscle and less fat, right? So when you have more of this testosterone hormone, the process of burning fat is a lot easier than someone with low testosterone. So if you notice, you've been going to the gym, and you still have that. Let's say what Hamza describes as the Jeffrey physique. It's like wide hips, exactly what a woman would have. Wide hips, skinny arms, gyno. Then there's a really high chance you have low testosterone. But
this is not the end of the world, because you can just have horrible genetics. So it's genetics and testosterone. And so what I mean by this is there could be two people with exactly the same testosterone. So let's say you have 500 nanograms and your friend has 500 nanograms, but his genes were better for muscle. For example, he has less myostatin, right? And you have the exact same testosterone. You've been training for 6 months. The guy with the inferior genetics doesn't look bad, but he still has that excess fat on him, right? He still has that bit of a lower belly fat, right? But the other guy has lost it all with the exact same testosterone. So that can happen. You can't just look at two physiques and say, yeah, he has less fat, so he has more testosterone. He has more muscle, so he has more testosterone. There is genetics that come into play. Third one, and it's the most obvious one, is you're just weak. Like, physically, mentally, philosophically, whatever the fuck. You're just weak. So, for example, let's say you can't lift in the gym. Obviously, there is genetics, but testosterone directly correlates with strength. So, it's very possible to have very little muscle and high testosterone, but it's quite unlikely for you to be really strong and low testosterone. So, there's more of a correlation there. You're also mentally weak. I know this is physical science, but this is a really big one. You just don't feel like doing anything. You just feel like being lazy. Literally the definition of procrastinating when you have low testosterone. And yeah, that has been the end of the video. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want more people on this self-improvement journey, by commenting, by liking, by engaging, more people see this video. For me, so I can get more views. And for you, the more people that see self-improvement content, the higher the chance you find somebody in real life that's on self-improvement. And you know how lonely this journey could be. So yeah, let's become strongmen again in a weak society. Bye.